Have you ever wondered what it takes to pull off the perfect heist? Planning, precision, or just pure audacity? Today, we're diving into the world of crime's most daring masterminds, the top 10 robbers in the world. From billion-dollar thefts to Hollywood-worthy schemes, these criminals didn't just steal money, they stole headlines, evoked fear, and left behind lessons that echo to this day. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end. Our number one robbers, unlike anything you've ever heard before. Robber number 10, Bruce Reynolds, the Great Train Robbery. In 1963, Bruce Reynolds orchestrated the Great Train Robbery in the UK, a heist that changed the game. Targeting a Royal Mail train, carrying millions in cash, Reynolds assembled a team of 15 men. With insider information, they stopped the train, subdued the staff, and made off with £2.6 million, over $60 million today. What set this heist apart was its precision. No weapons, no bloodshed, just flawless execution. But Reynolds made one critical mistake. During their hideout, the gang left fingerprints on a Monopoly board they used to pass the time. It was a small oversight, but it was enough for police to track them down. Reynolds spent years on the run, but the guilt and pressure eventually caught up with him. It's a stark reminder that ambition unchecked can be a prison in itself. Also, Bruce, Monopoly? Next time, stick to chess. At least pawns don't rat you out. Robber number 9, Bill Brennan, the Stardust Casino Heist. Imagine walking into work, stealing $500,000, and strolling out like nothing happened. That's exactly what Bill Brennan did in 1992 at the Stardust Casino in Las Vegas. Brennan was a quiet, unassuming employee. On a busy day, he calmly filled a bag with cash and chips, walked out the door, and vanished. No alarms, no violence, no trace. To this day, authorities haven't found him or the money. This heist is terrifying because it's proof of how far someone can go when they feel underestimated. The quiet ones, as they say, are the ones to watch. Seriously though, how has no one found him yet? Did he move to Mars or something? The clash between genius and justice. Robber number 8, the Bangladesh Bank Cyber Heist. In 2016, a group of hackers targeted Bangladesh's central bank and attempted to steal nearly $1 billion. Their weapon? Malware. The hackers infiltrated the bank's systems, sending fake instructions to the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. While their plan wasn't entirely successful, they still walked away with $81 million. And the craziest part? The entire operation almost went unnoticed, except for a simple typo in one of the transfer requests. This heist exposed the vulnerabilities of the modern financial system. It wasn't just about the money, it was about fear. If a small group of hackers could breach a national bank, what else is at risk? Note to self, spell check isn't just for emails. It could cost you millions. Robber number 7, Albert Spaghieri, the sewer heist. Paris, 1976. Albert Spaghieri and his crew tunneled into the Société Générale bank vault through the city's sewer system. Over 2 days, they looted safety deposit boxes, taking cash, jewels, and gold, worth $10 million. What makes this heist legendary isn't just the loot, but the arrogance. Spaghieri left a note behind in the vault that read, "No guns, no violence, no hate." But Spaghieri wasn't invincible. When he was caught, he made a daring escape, jumping out of a courtroom window and vanishing. His final years were shrouded in mystery, a fitting end for a man who lived by no one's rules but his own. Honestly, Spaghieri should have written a manual, how to rob a bank and make a statement. Robber number 6, Vincenzo Peruggia, the Mona Lisa theft. In 1911, Vincenzo Peruggia walked into the Louvre in Paris and stole the Mona Lisa. Disguised as a worker, he hid in a supply closet overnight, then took the painting off the wall and walked out with it under his arm. Why did he do it? Peruggia claimed he wanted to return the artwork to its rightful place in Italy, though many believe he was motivated by money. The Mona Lisa was recovered 2 years later, and Perugia served a short prison sentence. This wasn't just a theft, it was an assault on culture and history. It reminds us of the lengths people will go to claim what they think is theirs. Stealing the Mona Lisa? Bold move. But did you really think no one would notice the empty frame, Vincenzo? Robber number 5, the Brinksmat Heist, Brian Robinson and Mickey McAvoy. In 1983, Brian Robinson and Mickey McAvoy raided the Brinksmat warehouse near London's Heathrow Airport. Expecting to find cash, they stumbled upon 3 tons of gold bullion worth £26 million, around $100 million today. The heist became infamous for its sheer scale and the chain of events it set off: money laundering, murders, and even connections to organized crime. Most of the gold was melted down, and only a fraction was ever recovered. The Brinksmat heist wasn't just a crime, it was a Pandora's box. It shows how greed can create a ripple effect, impacting countless lives. 3 tons of gold? Talk about a heavy getaway. Robber number 4, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist. One of the most mysterious art thefts in history occurred in 1990 at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. 2 thieves, disguised as police officers, entered the museum and stole 13 pieces of art, including works by Rembrandt and Vermeer, valued at $500 million. To this day, the artwork has never been recovered, and the case remains unsolved. This heist wasn't about money. It was about robbing the world of priceless culture. The empty frames in the museum serve as a haunting reminder of what we've lost. Honestly, how do you sell a stolen Rembrandt? Craigslist? Robber number 3, the Banco Central heist, the tunnel masterminds. In 2005, robbers in Brazil tunneled into the Banco Central in Fortaleza, stealing $70 million in cash. The tunnel was over 250 feet long and reinforced with wood and plastic, taking months to construct. The heist was so sophisticated that police initially thought it was the work of professionals. While some of the gang members were caught, most of the money was never recovered. This wasn't just a robbery, it was a testament to human ingenuity. But it also raises a question: how far would you go to get what you want? Robber number 2, Jimmy Burke, the Lufthansa heist. New York, 1978. Jimmy Burke masterminded the Lufthansa heist at JFK Airport, stealing $5 million in cash and $875,000 in jewelry, the largest cash robbery in U.S. history at the time. Robber number 1, Leonardo Nodar Bartolo, the Antwerp diamond heist. And now, the grand finale, the heist that remains unparalleled in terms of ingenuity, precision, and sheer audacity. Welcome to the story of Leonardo Nodar Bartolo and the Antwerp diamond heist, often referred to as the heist of the century. In 2003, Leonardo, an Italian jewel thief, pulled off what many believed was impossible. His target? The Antwerp Diamond Center in Belgium, a facility storing some of the most valuable diamonds and gems in the world. The vault itself was a fortress, boasting 10 layers of security. We're talking infrared heat sensors, a magnetic field, seismic detectors, a lock with over 100 million combinations, and a foot-thick steel door. Sounds impenetrable, right? But Nodar Bartolo didn't just plan a robbery. He engineered a masterpiece. He spent over 2 years preparing for the heist, renting an office in the same building and posing as a diamond trader. This gave him access to the vault, its security patterns, and a chance to study the staff's routines. He even charmed other traders, blending seamlessly into their world. But here's where it gets wild. Leonardo didn't act alone. He recruited a team of specialists, each with a specific role. The crew included the Genius, an electrical engineer who disabled the alarm systems, the Monster, a strongman who handled the heavy lifting, and the King of Keys, who replicated the vault's impossible-to-duplicate keys using wax molds. On the night of the robbery, Leonardo's team executed their plan with surgical precision. They bypassed every security measure one by one. First, they disabled the heat sensors using styrofoam and tape. Then, they manipulated the magnetic field with a custom-built tool. Even the seismic detectors, designed to detect the faintest vibrations, were neutralized. Finally, they cracked the vault's lock, which had over 100 million possible combinations. Think about this. A vault so secure it was deemed robbery-proof was breached by a team of human minds. It's both awe-inspiring and terrifying to imagine what people can accomplish when they push the limits of ingenuity and ambition. If you enjoyed this dive into the world's most daring robberies, make sure to subscribe and share. Who knows? The next story could be the one you've been waiting for.